Hello and welcome to this web seminar in our series of seminars for the security clearance application for a national security position or a non-sensitive position. Today's seminar is a great topic. I love this topic, and my office gets more calls on this issue than many of the other seminars that we've spoken about. But the title of this seminar is Watch Out for Attorneys. And speaking to you is an attorney. So I want to say hello. My name is Alan Edmonds. I'm licensed to practice law in the state courts of California and the federal courts of the United States. And I have been helping men and women across the United States and Europe and Asia get security clearances for over 34 years. I have both security clearance experience and military law experience, as well as criminal experience. And I am thrilled to be able to share with you some of my insights gained in the courtroom and helping people across this country. And I want to say that not only do I help civilian applicants, people that are civilians seeking security clearances, but I also help active duty military. And to our men and women in uniform, I want to salute you and thank you for your service. I am pleased to represent active duty military from 06 down to E1 in the security clearance process. And you may say, if you're active duty and you're listening to this web seminar in some foreign duty station, you may say, you mean an 06 has trouble getting a security clearance? And I'm here to say, absolutely. We're all human beings. We're all subject to human frailties and mistakes. And my office has represented 06s in a lot of foreign theaters. We represent people in Afghanistan. We represent people in the Arab countries, Egypt, wherever you're stationed, in Italy. And you may say, well, how do you do that? How can you represent people as an attorney in all these foreign deployments and foreign bases? And the answer is that sometimes we travel. When we had bases in the Philippines, I often went to the Philippines. I did a lot of court-martial work all over the United States. And today, you can appear by video conferencing. I've had clients that were in Afghanistan or Dubai or Germany, and they were on a military base in a secure location that had video conference capability, and I was sitting in the courtroom in Washington, D.C. or Hawaii with the judge. And my client was in another location, and we conducted a hearing on a national security issue, a formal hearing. Oftentimes we were successful, and the way we did that is my clients are prepared 100% for their hearings, whether it's a video conference or whether it's in person with me right by their side. I've had tremendous experience. I don't know of any other lawyer that's appeared in as many states across this country and as many hearings as myself. And the attorneys in the Edmonds Law Firm are on a state of continuous travel, helping men and women like you get security clearances. And today's topic, Watch Out for Attorneys, is really significant because I want you to be an informed consumer. First of all, I want to back up a little bit and talk about the security clearance process. It's difficult. It starts with an application called an SF-85 or SF-86. It may include a response after the application process. It may include a response to what's called a statement of reasons, an SOR, or a letter of intent. That response is extremely important. And many of you are so bright that you misperceive, you misunderstand the process. On its surface, the statement of reasons looks very straightforward. And you put pen to paper and you start responding, and the biggest mistake you make is that you provide too much information. Or you try and make friends with the reader. You want to show your cooperation and answer each of these questions to such an extent that it actually hurts you. You've given too much information. And I suggested something a few moments ago that bears repeating. I said you try and cooperate so much as to create a friendly relationship with a government representative, and I want to tell you that's a non sequitur. It does not occur. Your conduct in reaching out to the government attorney prior to the hearing, or your conduct in trying to be friends with the investigative agents that come and interview you pursuant to your SF-86 is going to become a disaster for you. These people on the government side aren't there to get you a clearance. They are not your friends. In fact, when we go into the courtroom, I have to remind my clients, because people get nervous on the witness stand, and I say, that government attorney is not there to help you. In fact, they're not there to get you a clearance. They're there for the opposite reason. In a formal hearing, the government attorney is there for one reason, and that's to make sure you don't get your clearance. And I've had some people that went to these hearings by themselves, and they came back with incredible stories. I've had people say the judge or the administrative hearing officer acted like a prosecuting attorney. I've had people say that they weren't treated with respect in the courtroom by the government attorney, and they felt that the administrative hearing officer didn't treat them with respect. Don't let that happen. The title of this seminar is Watch Out for Attorneys, but you need them in this process. And just the other day, I got a phone call from an attorney in Atlanta, Georgia, and he called me and he said, I have a hearing in 3 days. I've never done one of these before. Would you help me? And my first response to this man was, what did you think of? Why did you even accept that client when you've never done these before? You're going to perform a huge disservice. And I said, you've come to me too late. I have trained attorneys in this area of national security representation. I have written books on national security representation, and my record is on the websites, securityclearancedenial.com, nationalsecurityclearances.com, and you can read about my cases. And you'll see that I have indeed appeared in numerous states across the United States, and I have indeed won many cases for men and women like you. But I'll tell you something, it's not luck. It's based on experience, training, and education and knowledge. And I was shocked that there are attorneys today that would take a case, not tell their client that they have no experience. Attorneys that would take a case and say, I've never won one of these cases before, but come on in and open up your checkbook and I'll help you. And I've represented clients that unfortunately had attorneys with no experience. They lost the case. They called my office and said, would you please file an appeal? And I've represented some of those people, and I've had successful results in overturning their case, but not all the time. You know, what we're talking about here in the security clearance application is your career. If you're active duty and I represent a F-18 pilot, and after so many years of active duty, he comes up on a renewal for security clearance, and something's happened to him in the interim. Since his last application, now he's had a DUI or something's happened, and he calls me, and I said, "Why did you call me?" And he said, "Because I've heard that you have a lot of experience." Be an informed consumer. A lot of attorneys are out there. They have web pages that look fantastic. They sound good, but you have to go beneath the surface and say, "Show me the cases you've won. How many cases have you done? Where have you done those cases?" Because it's your career. And your career is very important to you, and your career is really important to me. I say to a lot of my clients, I'm delighted to represent you. I'm honored to represent you. I want to win the case, and I want to win it for you, and I want to win it for me. I enjoy having a reputation as an aggressive attorney in the courtroom. And I enjoy having a reputation that my clients talk about and refer other clients to me to help them out. So watch out for attorneys. Be a smart consumer. Talk to the attorney about their experience and talk to them about recent cases. And then I've told you earlier, watch out for the government attorneys. There's two sides to this. The attorney that you're going to hire, and I think when you look at the questionnaire, the SF-86, or if you've received a statement of reasons, you're going to realize that the government is playing hardball with you. You're going to realize that the gloves are off. The government is coming after you, and if you fail, then this will become part of your service security file. The fact that you got denied a clearance, you're going to have to mention that on future applications because they ask. I have two applications here. One's an SF-85 and the other is an SF-86, and they ask questions and they say, have you ever been denied a clearance? And you're going to have to answer yes. So if you've hired the wrong lawyer and you lose, then you've got a huge problem. And people call me and they say, I've lost a clearance before. Can you help me? And the answer is yes, but the process is much harder. And wouldn't it be a shame that you had a great case, but it was presented wrong, your attorney didn't know what evidence to introduce, and the attorney's assistants in the courtroom didn't help you. So you could have won the case with the right attorney, but unwittingly you selected an attorney that wasn't experienced. And then I started talking to you about the government attorneys. What's the pitfall? And why do I say watch out for attorneys? Not only watch out for the attorney that you hire, but watch out for the government attorneys. They're fine individuals. I'm not suggesting for a minute that they're unethical or that their intent is to disparage you. They have a job to do and they get paid for doing that job, and their job is to prosecute your case, in essence, to make sure you don't get a clearance. But what happens? What do I hear from you people out there? And I hear this often, that they started representing themselves. Applicants started representing themselves, and they got on the phone to the government attorney and they said, that attorney was so nice. And I smile when I hear that. I've heard it so often. The government attorney is so nice, and he said, I really don't need an attorney. I can do this by myself. Wow. And then they get into the courtroom, and they come out of the courtroom, and they call me, and they say, you wouldn't believe how that nice government attorney changed in the courtroom. He attacked me. He or she said things about me that I didn't agree with. I didn't know how to respond. I was taken off guard. I was misled because I thought this court appearance would be friendly, and instead it was hostile. And I wasn't ready to respond. There goes another career. When you see my press releases, and all you have to do to become part of the press releases and the information that my websites share is call my office and give us your email address, and you will get updated information from me. But one of the phrases that you'll see in our press releases and on our website is, quote, another career saved. I love it. I love helping you. I love winning, but I love saving careers. And in essence, that's what I'm doing. When I go into the courtroom, I have one goal, and that is to win your case. And my second goal is to protect you. The courtroom can be a very hostile environment, and government attorneys can be very hostile, and regrettably, sometimes, not all, but sometimes the hearing officers, whether it's the Department of Energy, whether it's the Defense Office of Hearings and Appeals, sometimes the hearing officers appear to be very one-sided and very harsh with applicants. I'm not going to let that happen to you. I'm there to protect my client. I'm there to ensure that the information is presented in the best favorable manner for your case. And I'm there to make sure that the government attorney isn't admitting evidence into the record that shouldn't be admitted. And I'm also there to control my clients. I don't want you to take the witness stand and start talking endlessly and give these long narrative answers. I protect my client in many, many ways. And it starts with the pleadings, starts with the application process, it starts with the government presentation, and it also includes your trial notebook, which we prepare. So watch out for lawyers. I've talked about watching out for lawyers that you could hire. I've talked about watching out for lawyers that the government use. And I want to talk about legal fees, because that's a third area where you have to watch out for lawyers. At the Edmonds Law Firm, we quote a flat fee. That is a huge benefit to you as a consumer. There are lawyers on the East Coast and in Los Angeles that will quote you a low initial fee and then charge you hourly. How do I know that? Because you come to me and say, I can't afford that lawyer. Right before the hearing, he asked for $5,000 or $10,000. We don't do that at the Edmonds Law Firm. You sign an agreement at the beginning of representation, and that fee does not change. There's no hourly fees. It's unnecessary in this case. This is not civil litigation or a family law case that can go on for a year or 2 years. So avoid hourly fees. You want to get your fees in writing, and you want to know what they include. And when I quote you a fee as a flat fee, it's complete. It includes client preparation. It includes witness preparation. It includes the preparation of your trial notebook, and it includes the preparation of your evidence, and it includes the actual hearing. And that's important. Experience makes the difference in this area, and I want you to be a smart consumer. If you have questions, if this seminar has raised questions for you, call me. I can't wait to speak with you. 1-800-481-2526. Be a smart consumer, watch out for lawyers, and good luck with this security clearance process. You can win with the right people on your team. Thank you.